Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video I'm going to show you a really nice fast team for this class trial in Dervish class. We are restricted to drifting sand monsters here, but we still got a nice quick team for this. Now the reason you want to do these events is because if you're yet to get this class to level 100, then winning these fights gives you extra XP, and it's really worth doing. As you go through winning the rounds, you get extra XP, gems, gold, and more besides. And you also get extra XP as well when you buy the tiers from the shop. 5 XP from the first one, 15 from the second, and so on. As well as that, on the first tier you get a potion of enchantment, really handy. All the troops start enchanted at the start of every single battle. Bear in mind at the end of tier 5 there is a weapon as well, but it's not necessary to just go buying all these tiers just to obtain it. It is the class weapon, and therefore you would get it for free once you have 250 wins in this class. Right, onto the actual fight itself. I've done some already because they were so, it was so quick and easy, there was almost no point showing it. It was kind of ludicrous. But this is the team I'm using. Going to use 3 times Sand Runner and the Death's Grasp weapon. But there's so little choice here, it is slightly mind-boggling. But there is a couple of troops which are good. Most of them are a little bit lame-ish. But the best one here for me is Sand Runner. This does damage to the first and last enemies, then deals double damage to a random enemy. So in effect, attacking 3 enemies, which is the best you can get in this class because there's no damage to all in this class that we've got here from Drifting Sands. And it also starts battles with 75% mana and becomes enraged when an enemy dies, which is cool. So if you don't have 3 of them, you can pop in a Scarabi instead. This deals a decent amount of damage to 2 random enemies, then stuns and poisons them. It also starts battles with 50% mana and deals double skull damage versus poisoned enemies. So should anybody survive your first attack, they will be taking a double skull damage from that moment onwards. Unless they are obviously immune in some way. Right, but apart from that, there's not much really good choice in here. So we're going to roll with a mixture of those, so pick whichever ones of those you have. It does work really well with 3 of these, but if you don't have 3 of them, if you only have 2, go 2 of them and 1 Scarabi. On to the weapon itself. What a weapon at the top which didn't mana block Sand Runner, so for that reason I eliminated brown and yellow from the equation, and I want a weapon that's going to do damage to all, because this is the quickest way to go through these events most of the time. And this is the choice we have. I chose Death's Grasp because it's just from Drifting Sands, which completes our set of Drifting Sands allies, and it deals a decent amount of damage. But if you don't have that, just pick anything else which you have. Scythe of Corruption is pretty decent, as is Orb of Winter. So yeah, even Wicked Scythe. Can't go wrong with any of those kind of weapons. For the banner, I've gone for +2 brown, +1 purple, -1 green. And we are in Dervish class for this because, after all, you're going to want to get this to level 100. I presume that's why you're watching this. And it is not a bad class for monsters. Give all monsters allies 2 to all skill points on 4 or 5 gem matches. 20% chance to dodge skull damage, and allied monsters gain 2 life. In the talent trees, I went for Hunt. This one doesn't matter because we're using a Scythe. Thunder Fist boosts up the power of our sandy friend. Storm Aura creates more brown for our sandy friend. And Gale Force gives more attack to our sandy friend. And Lightning Strike gives us a bit more mana every time we get a 4 or 5 gem match. Level 100 is irrelevant, but that doesn't matter anyway, because if you've got this on level 100, you're probably not doing this event anyway, in case you're just watching this video just for fun, which is good. If you're watching just for fun, then that is excellent, and I appreciate that. Right, so that is it. Let's dive in. So like I say, I've already skipped out a few of the early stages because it was just crazy easy. I'm literally just starting the game and pressing cast and you're winning virtually instantly. No need to show all that. When we get brown like this, just go get it straight away. 3 of them things are charged up instantly. They're going to do some damage. Bish, bash, bosh. Cast the other one. They got a summon thing there. On the early stages, it's literally a case of casting one of these and all the enemies will just die with a single hit. Really, really easy. Death's Grasp is ready now. We can cast that. And you will win nice and fast. I think the first... what stage is this? Yeah, the first 2 rounds, it was literally just a single cast of the Scuttler was just wiping everybody out on a single cast. It was just really easy. That will obviously vary on your magic level, which depends on your level in the game. So you might want to grab a purple when it's there at the same time to get the weapon boosted up nice and fast. This is going to do nice damage to the enemy, which means you can cast your Sand Scuttler and finish people off. It's about as good as it's going to get for this class, because the troops we have to pick from here aren't exactly demons, if you know what I mean. They're not the Mike Tysons of the Gems of War world in his prime. What a beast he was. Right, so we'll get some purple while it's here. Cast this. This softens everybody up. Sand Scuttler can come along and do some finishing off. Hello, he thinks he's going to have a bit of a comeback on his own there. Not on my watch, Sonny, not on my watch. Get this brown and purple at the same time there. Oh, and a nice bit of extra yellow there. Always worth getting these early on if you can. You may find the AI takes it or the board changes and you can't collect that the next round, which you would have preferred. But either way, it's still going to be pretty nice and fast. And just take these battles as far as you can. Wouldn't spend a ton of gems going through the tiers, personally, because this is just a make things quicker event, if you know what I mean. There's no massive benefits to doing it all the way to the end. It's literally to do things that bit quicker. You're going to get XP by playing the game, basically. Oops, pressed the wrong button. Come on. So you will get there eventually anyway, but these events are just to do things quicker, which is nice. All good to do things quicker in this game, because there is so much to do. It is kind of ludicrous. Alright, I'm going to just do a couple more and call it a day. Video, you're a day. There, I couldn't resist it. But although there are some benefits to being in monster class for this, which is Dervish, then don't, you know, if you've got something like you still not got to 100 yet, say like Geomancer, that's not a bad choice either, because the good thing about Geomancer classes, which is many, it's one of my favourite classes already, is you're going to start with 50% mana, which is going to make this whole thing faster. I've got that good old Drake thing summon. Yeah, 50% start with mana in Geomancer class. Can we get purple? Yeah. We get impact when we collect brown. No, not impact. There, what's it called? Barrier thing. Rock solid when we collect brown, so you get a barrier all the time, which is cool. In fact, I might just show it ever so quickly. Makes it easier. So if you're near death or something, or like you're struggling a bit, or think that this was a little bit slow and those benefits to Dervish class aren't particularly worth it, and you've still got something like, say, Geomancer to get to level 100, then this is still a pretty good choice. You don't have to stay in the class that the class is based on, if that makes any sense. You can go with this if you want. 50% damage from skulls is good, but you get a 50% start in that. Impact gives stun when they deal skull damage, which is handy. Reduce damage from spells by 20%. Get 3 extra damage at the start. Rock solid, gain a barrier when matching brown gems. Get enchant when matching green. And fortitude. So a fantastic set of champion talents in this. So this is another option. Start with 50%. Every time we get brown for our Sand Scuttler, means you're going to get a barrier. You can collect those 4 matches anyway. There's no harm in doing so. If you're a newer player, all that extra gold really does add up. That gives us a barrier look. We get that brown. Weapons ready next round. Soften them up, and then the Sand Scuttler can come along and finish off. So you still get like extra class trial sigils as you go along, but you get obviously now the XP from here in whichever class you're in, which in this case is Geomancer. But as you go along, you will still collect the XP from defeating the champions. For the rewards, when you go and collect the rewards. So not a lot of purple again. Fair enough, but we're enchanted with that 50% start, so we're often running really quickly with this team. We can collect that anyway, get more mana for our first troop, as well as the barrier, of course. Super handy. Cast that, let's wipe 2 of them out, and we can finish off with one of our scuttlers. So there it is, nice easy team to use for this event. Works really well in Geomancer class or the Dervish class if you yet to get that to 100. But yeah, no reason to do any more because that is going to be it. That's all we're going to be doing. But as it gets tougher, it does make it easier to change to a Geomancer class because we collect brown so often, which gives us a barrier. So that definitely makes it easier. And there's the video. Yeah, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Many more Gems of War videos to come in the future. But most of all, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.